Last straight line at no charge for Donald Trump. We have 10 days. More than 3,000 kilometers aboard Air Force One, from South Florida to Washington via North Carolina, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Donald Trump chained 3 campaign rallies on Saturday in a single day and showed his willingness to continue at this frantic pace until the election on November 3rd. If the polls are to be believed, victory is reaching out to his Democratic rival, Joe Biden. This boost will therefore be, for the former businessman, either the trigger for another colossal surprise, or the last lap. For now, the American president is forging ahead, with his undeniable energy slung over his shoulder, relentlessly invoking the memory of the victorious finish of 2016. In Lumberton, North Carolina, a stage was set up in the middle of a field. A huge American flag hung between 2 hydraulic cranes flutters in the wind. He enters the scene at the beginning of the afternoon, under a blazing sun. "I'll end up like a lobster," he laughs. "Does anyone have some sunscreen for your president?" Polls. He gets away with this form of cunning which he often uses to put the audience on his side. "When they're in my favor, I like them, I mention them all the time, I say they're fantastic. When they are not in my favor, I do not speak about them." 4 hours later, he's in Circleville, Ohio, further north. Gray sky, the cold has fallen. He put on a coat. The audience is less reactive. He is less playful too. In the evening, he finds Waukesha, Wisconsin, not far from Lake Michigan. The crowd, compact, is at the rendezvous, despite the stinging autumn cold, temperature close to zero. "If we win Wisconsin, we won, it's over," launches Trump, who has regained his energy from the start of the day. Once again, he stages his performance. "You have to vote, eh? Me, I'm here at I don't know what time of night. And it's freezing cold. If I don't win this state, I will come back and I will be very angry with you." Lumberton, Circleville, Waukesha. Beyond the ups and downs of the presidential spectacle, the crowd always finds its enthusiasm when the first notes of YMCA are released at full volume. Of the Village People, which concludes all the gatherings. The few presidential dance moves became a staple and also ignited TikTok. Everything is done to mark the contrast with his Democratic rival, who is in fact spectacular. At the announcement of this marathon day, one of the spokespersons for the White House, Ben Williamson, pointed out that Donald Trump would have visited more states in a single day than Joe Biden during all this week. When he moves to the back of Air Force One for a brief exchange with the journalists who accompany him, the president himself is responsible for accentuating the contrast. With a laid-back face, he has fun pushing up to 5 a day. Do you think Joe Biden could do 5 a day? I do not believe. On condition of anonymity, a senior White House official sums up the equation of the home stretch as follows: the Biden campaign thinks that with a strategy of waiting, they can ride the positive polls and win. We'll see if it works. Central message of these gatherings: COVID-19 is almost a thing of the past already. Donald Trump, who likes to brandish apocalyptic scenarios by evoking protest movements or immigration, becomes the most optimistic of leaders when it comes to the pandemic. He mocks Joe Biden's warnings about the difficult weeks and months ahead. "Did you hear it the other night? Winter will be dark," he draws. He knows how to find the words that inspire this guy. He promises a near return to normal, with or without a vaccine, without, at any time, saying how. He denounces the attitude of the media. "I turn on the television and all I hear is COVID. COVID. COVID," he exclaims. "By the way, I got it and I am here," he adds, without a word on the heavy toll of the pandemic, nearly 225,000 dead, and the cascade of worrying indicators which have been on the rise for some time. Days. Arrived at the White House shortly after 1 in the morning on Sunday, he was due to fly again, before noon. This time for New Hampshire. Like 4 years ago, Donald Trump has made his omnipresence on the campaign platforms the alpha and omega of his strategy. However, if we judge the polls, notoriously stable for several months, it seems less profitable this time. There is a form of saturation, Julian Zelizer, professor of political science at Princeton University, told AFP. It was new in 2016. Today, he is in power, in the midst of a major crisis, and that sounds different. However, is this a futile exercise? Not so fast, answers this specialist in American political history. It would be a mistake to brush aside the possible impact of these rallies, even if it is clearly behind